Hi everybody, so this is a little bit different. This is a little tier list video. I've made tier list videos before in the past, but this is more so one for Hollow Knight. For those of you who don't know, who haven't really been following along with the streams on TikTok, we played through all of Hollow Knight, and it was an incredible experience. I absolutely loved it, and now we are playing through Silksong for the very first time. And all of that is actually on YouTube, so there's the VODs, everything saved, yada yada yada. And after playing Hollow Knight for the first time, I thought it would be appropriate to do a tier list of all of my favorite and least favorite bosses, because that's essentially Hollow Knight in a nutshell. What are the bosses? Who are the bosses? How hard are the bosses? How fun are the bosses? Yada, yada, yada. X, Y, Z, Z, Y, X. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to rank all the bosses based on how fun I thought they were. Because, let's be real, this game's been out since, 2017? They've probably been ranked multiple times on how difficult each boss is, especially for where you are at the time in the game. So this is more of like my perspective on like how much fun did I have in the fight, this both being the first time I fought them and in like P5 maybe. That's probably the next best example is like, hey, you fought them the first time with like no abilities, you fought them again in the Pantheon, so like how hard were they, and just kind of going from there. So I just wanted to rank them and see where we go and see where we put things. I've not done this ahead of time. I've not thought about this ahead of time. This is all firing from the hip. So I hope you enjoy my ranking, and without further ado, let's get started. So first and foremost, we got the Gruzmother. So the Gruzmother is either probably like the first or second boss you fight in the game. Also the first boss, I think, in the Pantheons besides the Vengefly King. Honestly, Gruzmother, kind of mid, kind of boring, but not horrible. Not horrible. Kind of a good early stage fight. In the Pantheons, it's especially P5, it's cool because the platforms aren't really there and you kind of have to dodge that a little bit more. Not like the easiest fight, or not the hardest fight, obviously. Pretty easy fight, even with where you are the first time you fight it. And overall, how fun it is, kind of mediocrely fun, especially in Pantheons. So I'd give it a solid C tier. False Knight's a definite A tier. Like, I think that's such a cool fight, given it's the first one in the game. Like, it's essentially like the first big boss fight you have, and like the sense of accomplishment when you finally beat the first boss, like it's great for any gamer. Let's be real, any gamer feels good after they beat the False Knight, and that's kind of when you have this like false sense of confidence of like, oh, that wasn't too bad. I only died, I don't know, 3, 6, 10 times to it, you know. You're like, all these other bosses will be a lot easier after I learned that boss. And you're very, very wrong. It's only harder from there. But honestly, overall, False Knight, it's a cool fight. In the Pantheons, it's like a hack and slash. The fight's so easy once you're upgraded. But it's still a good fight, and I enjoy it. And it made me feel good. And that's ultimately what matters. Let's be real. That's ultimately what matters. Next, we have the Failed Champion. So I freaking hated the Failed Champion. If you watch my stream, I like almost crashed out on the Failed Champion. I did crash out on the Failed Champion. Not almost. I don't know why I said almost. I definitely did. There's literally a video I made on TikTok/YouTube, a short of me crashing out to the Failed Champion. Pantheons, I didn't have an issue. Pantheons, I think I maybe messed up once to Failed Champion. It's not a tough fight. It's False Knight on steroids, and it does 2 hearts of damage, which is kind of brutal. And it's like the first time you run into a 2-heart boss. Now playing Silksong, that's nothing. that's literally every creature does 2 hearts of damage. So the Failed Champion is like a little baby child in comparison. But honestly, in the Pantheons, yeah, not too bad. So like the first time I fought the Failed Champion, I must have been either very underpowered or I just had a horrible strategy going into that fight. I honestly enjoy the fight now. It's like a hack and slash where I have to pay a little bit more attention than the False Knight. Overall, kind of a fun fight now, but did make me crash out in the moment. The Brooding Malik. I hate this fight. I don't know why. It is the one boss to this day. I beat it. Like, I don't die to the Brooding Malik, but I freaking hate this fight. The amount of damage I take in the Pantheon, the amount of times I died in the original playthrough, I can't figure it out. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I know there's like certain things you can do, and I've seen people do them, but it's not a fun fight. It's kind of stupid. I just kind of do as much damage as possible, and then I get out. Honestly, the easiest Brooding Malik fight was the one in the Trial of the Fool, or whatever it is. The Coliseum of Fools. That was probably the easiest brooding Malik. The first one, horrible. I wanted to die. That was probably my first crash out in Hollow Knight on stream, was the brooding Malik. Coliseum of Fools, not bad. And then Pantheon, it's not bad, it's just annoying. Vengefly King, not much better. Also kind of a boring fight. Overall, just like, not super fun. I don't know. I died the original fight when you have to save Zote, but ultimately the Vengefly King just kind of boring. Pantheon 5, it's a little bit more fun because there's 2 of them and they're like spawning the like tiny Vengeflies, so it's okay. It's fine. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. The Moss Charger. Moss Charger, a little bit more interesting than the Vengefly King. I'd probably put it there. Maybe actually above Grow's Mother, because I do like it that you can like pogo dash pogo and get like a couple hits on it. That act is fun to me. I enjoy doing that mechanic for some reason. It's fun. But overall, it's an okay fight. It's fun. It's quick. It's easy. You can just kind of hit it and knock it back, which is really funny. So you can destroy it really quickly. But overall, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Hornet Protector. Hornet Protector is interesting. I think I'm gonna give it a B tier, and I'm trying to think of where I would put Hornet Sentinel. And I think I'm gonna do Hornet Sentinel right after. I don't know why they're not back to back. But Hornet Protector is essentially the second real boss fight in the game. It's a crucial fight in the game, and overall it's kind of a fun fight. It's not amazing. It's not bad. It's not boring. Like, you actually have to like pay attention. But overall, I think Hornet is a good fight. I have replayed the fight again, like where you should be at, like, you know, at that stage, green path, all that jazz. And overall, I think Hornet is a fine fight. It's a good fight. You learn a lot. It's a step in the right direction. Not super fun, not super boring in between. Not really hack and slash either. So I enjoyed that about False Knight in comparison. But I will say I'd put Hornet Sentinel above it. I think it's a little bit more fun. I think you have to use your brain a little bit more. She moves a lot faster. The spike balls start getting into play. And overall, it's definitely a harder fight. I think it's harder in the Pantheons, especially P3. I think that's where Hornet Sentinel is. Because you had just gone through Zote, and then right after, you have to fight Sly. So that gauntlet is really hard. But just overall, Hornet Sentinel, I think, is slightly more fun than Hornet Protector. Just because you have to turn your brain on a little bit more. You have to try hard a little bit more. I tried to do one of those speedrun the game in under 5 hours achievements, and Hornet Sentinel, when you're underpowered, is such a difficult fight. Again, you don't need to do that fight that early, but I'm speedrunning the 20% or 100% in 20 hours. And I think Hornet Sentinel underpowered, very difficult fight. No Eyes is fine. It's kind of Gruz Mothery. It's kind of just like dodge. In the Pantheons, it's honestly just such a great place to heal. P5, it's a little bit different because there's like so many thorns. But overall, I think No Eyes is fun. I think that's a fun, like, fun in air quotes, I guess. It's a cool little dodge simulator. That's all it really is. Umu sucks. Actually, I'll put Umu down in F tier. I hate this fight. With Quirrell, it was better. But in the Pantheons, when you have to hit the jellyfish into it, it just sucks. It's not a fun fight. It's a dodge simulator. How fast can I move around this map? And then if the jellyfish lines up, I'll hit it. And if it doesn't, good luck. Gauntlet sucks, but not in a fun way. With the Zote, Umu, and Hornet Sentinel. I don't know. I don't like Umu. I don't think it's a hard fight. It's just not a fun fight. And that's what we're ranking. We're ranking fun. How fun is that fight? Elder Hue on the No Eyes, more fun than Moss Charger. I would put it above Moss Charger. I think Elder Hue is okay. The gameplay loop is pretty basic, but I like it in that way. It's just using your dash correctly to dodge his attacks, and part of that's fun. You're just doing up slashes the whole time, and overall, it's not too bad. I don't really have anything else to say about Elder Hue. He's fine. I think this is probably the easiest ranking, the Mantis Lords. By fun, the most fun fight in the game. Even, I don't see, they're Sisters of Battle. I would put both of them up there. They're both amazing fights. They're kind of, honestly, copy-paste, but a little bit faster. I enjoyed the Mantis Lords more because Sisters of Battle is a little intense, but Mantis Lords is just so fun. It's the first fight where it feels like you're doing a dance. It feels genuinely like a dance. And I remember fighting them for the first time in the actual game and realizing, I can heal at a certain spot. And a lot of people were like, I didn't even know you could heal there. So I discovered something that was cool that I don't think a lot of the community necessarily did. So that was fun for me. But Yeah, honestly, I just love the Mantis Lords. While I was playing through the game, whenever somebody asked me who was my favorite boss, I usually said the Mantis Lords. Just a fun fight, like a dance, and just the walls are fun. You have the Mantis Claw, you have dash, and it's just overall really cool, fun fight. I feel like most people like the Mantis Lords. I'd be surprised if anybody disliked them. Soul Warrior's fun. It's really easy. Once you figure it out, it's like a much easier, it's like Soul Master mixed with I don't even know who it's mixed with, but it's a really easy fight. It's when it turns into like a character that appears in the Trial of the Fool or whatever, Coliseum of Fools. I don't know why I keep butchering that, but the Soul Warrior it's easy. It's a fine fight. I think it's a little fun. It's a little hack and slashy, and the dodging mechanics are pretty easy, but overall not too bad. Soul Master. I like the Soul Master. I feel like it gets some hate, but that was the first boss I ever first tried in the game, so it holds like a special place in my heart. And I first tried the Soul Tyrant too. I will say the Soul Tyrant's a little less fun. I don't like in the Pantheons, they're a lot less fun than when I played them in the regular gameplay. These are kind of fun fights. In the Pantheons, it's just kind of annoying. They're not super fun. I wouldn't say these are super fun. If I'm trying to base it both on Pantheon and where they exist in the regular gameplay, I would probably put them here, Soul Master and Soul Tyrant. Maybe Soul Tyrant above Failed Champion, but Soul Master definitely below Sentinel and False Knight. Maybe above Sentinel. I don't know. I like Soul Master. I don't think everybody does, but I liked it. Watcher Knights. This might be a hot take. It is a fun fight, and I think this is just a testament to me. I enjoy chaos. I enjoy fast-paced chaos, and that's the Mantis Lords. That's the Sisters of Battle, and that's the Watcher Knights. Those are fun fights. There's a lot going on. There's a lot you have to pay attention to. The Watcher Knights, another fight that I absolutely like crushed on my original gameplay. And again, I'm not trying to gloat. It's just like I got lucky. I literally made a video of me doing it on my second try by accident. Somebody was like, oh, go break the chandelier. And I accidentally C-dashed into the arena, and I fought the Watcher Knights, and I beat them, and I felt so good about it. And that might be part of the reason why I'm ranking them so high. But it is a fun fight. Once you figure it out, it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. There's a lot of healing opportunities. There's a lot of like, cool mechy things you can do with it, especially once you have Shade Cloak. Watcher Knights is so much easier and so much more fun. In the Pantheons, I love Watcher Knights. Regular Watcher Knights, tough, but still kind of fun. The Collector's kind of fun. Honestly, it's a hack and slash. Hey, here's these bugs that you have to dash to, kill them once if you have unbreakable strength, and then you just slash the Collector back. The Collector's just like jumping on your dome, turning, slashing. It's a fun fight. It's kind of creepy. Collector's creepy, and overall, I don't know. It's a fine fight. Dung Defender. Easy S tier. And I say that purely because of the voice lines for Dung Defender, the music for Dung Defender, all of it. Doma Doma. Like, come on, guys. Come on. It's peak. Dung Defender is peak. We gotta love the Dung Defender. And with that, the White Defender is like Dung Defender, but on steroids. And it's still fun. It's just tough. Like this, I don't know why. This felt like the biggest step up in the world. Like Dung Defender, such an easy fight. White Defender, I don't know what the guy is dreaming about, but he is cracked out of his mind. And ultimately, still a fun fight, don't get me wrong, but just like very, very tough in comparison. Very tough. Fluke Marm, I mean, it's just silly. It's a silly fight. It's kind of stupid. It's a stupid, silly fight. Let's be real. It's so easy. It's so silly. You just kill the things that spawns and you go to town, just slashing the crap out of it. It's fun in the Pantheons. It's a good resting spot to gain a lot of soul back and heal if you have any injuries going into it. Just ultimately kind of fun, kind of easy, kind of stupid. So it looks like we have Crystal Guardian and Enraged Guardian back to back. It's kind of the same thing. One's a little bit on steroids, but this is probably the most like, hey, copy paste, but like basically nothing changes. Like everybody else, it's like, oh, they're a little bit harder. This was not harder. This is like the same fight. He does double damage. It does double damage. That's the only difference. It's not that bad. But again, it's just like a hack and slash simulator. You hit him, you dash through him if you have Shade Cloak. You hit him, dash through him. It's just that gameplay loop. It's kind of fun. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's a hard fight. I wouldn't say it's the most fun. I wouldn't say it's boring. It's more fun than these. I would say, because you're just like slash like crazy. I'm actually gonna move Moss Charger. Actually, I'm gonna move No Eyes too. I think No Eyes, at least the arena is interesting for No Eyes. But Crystal Guardian and Rage Guardian, that's, I don't know what else I can say. Zero. So I always confuse Zero and Markoth. I think Markoth's the harder one. Zero is just kind of lame. I wouldn't say it's like a fun fight or easy fight. I would just say it's like, nah, it's fine. P5, it's a little bit harder because you don't have like that bottom platform. It's nothing too bad. Just dodge the swords, up slash, abyss shriek, all that jazz. And Marmu's fun. Marmu's kind of cool because you're just kind of like, it's like a volleyball. You're just kind of hitting it and it's bouncing back at you. And I don't know, part of that mechanic's fun. P5, also kind of the same, just a little bit tighter and kind of a fun fight. Trader Lord, I like Trader Lord. I think Trader Lord's kind of fun. Trader Lord's kind of easy once you figure it out. When he goes up, you just stand still. When he's coming at you, you dash through him. When he does his crazy little shimmy that shoots his like white beams at you, you just move away and then dash through them. It's really easy fight once you figure it out. But figuring out's tough. And then obviously fighting Trader Lord with Cloth the first time is kind of epic, kind of crazy ending, very sad, but Trader Lord, fun fight, kind of cool in the Pantheons, kind of crazy, it does 2 damage, but not too bad. And overall, it's a fun fight. You have to pay attention. Galeon, I would put Galeon around here, maybe here. Actually, I think Galeon's a little bit more fun than the Crystal Guardian and Rage Guardian. Maybe I'll do this. I'll do this to like, change it up a little bit. Crystal Guardian doesn't do 2 damage, gets up at 1. And Rage Guardian does 2 damage, goes down 1. I don't know. Like, they're not super fun, they're not super boring. But we gotta create a bell curve, guy. We gotta create a bell curve. But yeah, Galeon, not too bad overall. Kind of fun, kind of cool, just dash and uppercut. I don't know why I find it more fun than Elder Hue, but it is very similar fights, I guess, in a way. They are very similar. So, not bad, I guess. So now we have Nosk. And we'll do Winged Nosk too. Winged Nosk, kind of boring. It's not as bad as Umu or Brooding Malik, but it's a boring fight. It's Vengefly King on a little bit of crack. But honestly, still easier than the P5 Vengefly King. It's just a boring fight. Winged Nosk is so much easier than regular Nosk. I don't know why they did that for P5. It's like Vengefly King, but easier. Just jump a little bit higher. That's all you got to do. Regular Nosk, you got to use your brain. That's kind of it for a regular Nosk. Granted, I didn't do it super well, but there is a way you can cheese the fight really easily, and that's just hiding next to the stage, which like they made it that way for a reason, but I don't think Nosk is super difficult. I think you have to use your brain, so it's a little bit more fun. I wouldn't say it's the most fun fight. It's a little creepy. It's a little annoying. It's a little frustrating, but I think that's fine. I do think Winged Nosk is pointless. That's such a waste in P5. Regular Nosk is way better. Zot the Mighty, I mean, I don't really know what to... Are they just referring to the Coliseum of Fools fight? Because that's just silly. That's such a stupid fight. But the Grey Prince Zot, that is kind of a fun fight. I would put it B tier probably here. It's annoying, right? It's annoying, especially P3 with the gauntlet between Hornet Sentinel, Grey Prince Zot, and Umu. Those 3 back to back, that's tough. But Grey Prince Zot is just annoying. But the more I've played it, the more I've grown to like it, and the more I realize, oh, this is a fun fight. It's a stupid fight, but it's a fun fight. And I respect it for it. But I think Hornet Protector is more rewarding, more fun. Trader Lord's more fun. That's fine. I think that's a fine place to put it. You have to use your brain a little bit more than these, so maybe because of that, I'll put it there. What are these? The Oblobbles, whatever they're called? Oddlobbles? I can't read the text on it. But I would put these kind of suck. And if we're trying to create that bell curve, I'll put them there. A little bit more fun than Zot the Mighty. Like, I don't know what fight this is. Maybe I'm dumb, but I don't know what they're referring to here. Oblobbles, kind of stupid, not super fun. Actually, really annoying, especially in the Pantheons. Not too bad in the Coliseum of Fools, or whichever Coliseum they appear in. I think it might be the first trial, but not too bad. But just kind of annoying more than anything. God Tamer, this is tough. It's an interesting fight, because I think it's one of the few where you're fighting 2 people, but really only the beast matters, and you don't have to kill the Tamer. But where I would put it as far as how fun it was, is it more fun than Nosk? Yes. Is it more fun than No Eyes? Yes. More fun than Moss Charger? No. Moss Charger's silly fun. This one's like stressful. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't done God Tamer enough. I was lucky enough to beat God Tamer on the Coliseum of Fools for the first try. I did not beat Coliseum of Fools on the first try, but the first time I got to the God Tamer on Coliseum of Fools, I beat it. Or the third trial. I don't know what I'm referring to sometimes, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The first time I got to the end of the third trial, I beat God Tamer on my first try. How about that? That's probably a better way to say it. Overall, God Tamer, kind of a mid fight, not super fun, kind of annoying. It's not really one I seek out, and I'm like, this is gonna be a fun fight, you know? Markoth. Markoth is cool. Markoth is an interesting fight. Would I say it's the best Dreamer fight? Maybe. Is it more fun than Galien? Fun is so subjective that I'm struggling to figure out where I actually, like, if I enjoy this fight or if it's like masochism thing. Like, Markoth sucks. The fight is hard and annoying, and especially in P5, trying to dodge it, not fun. But I don't know where else to put him. I think Markoth deserves to be in B tier. I think Markoth, you have to use your brain, you have to dodge, you can heal. There are ample opportunities to heal. It's probably more fun than the Crystal Guardian. It's probably less fun than Galien. Maybe I'll do this. I feel like that's fair. I feel like Galien is more fun than Marmu. That's fair. That makes sense to me. The Hive Knight. So, the Hive Knight's interesting. This is a character I really struggled with when I played through it in the normal gameplay. Like when I first got to the Hive. But when I got to the Pantheons, something clicked. Maybe I didn't have Shade Cloak the first time I fought it. I don't know. But I think I did. I just sucked. I don't know. But when I fought the Hive Knight in the Pantheons, it was night and day difference. It was so much easier. Overall, it's not that bad of a fight, I think. It's kind of a fun fight. In hindsight, it's a fun fight. Actually, I think I would put it over Trader Lord. I think it's kind of fun. It's kind of silly. You can dodge the spikies when they like explode by just doing your like D-dive. You can dodge the bees. You can dodge him really easily. It's fun. It's a fun fight. Pretty easy. After you figure it out, of course. Again, the first time I played it, it was not easy. I struggled a lot. But it gets a lot better. Gorb. I love Gorb. Gorb is funny. Gorb is just a dodge simulator, but a little bit more fun. Maybe I'll put him down here. We're trying to create that bell curve, guys. Right? Gorb is silly. Gorb is fun. Out of all the Dreamers, would I say Gorb is the most fun? Maybe. I don't know. It depends on my day. I definitely think these Dreamers are less fun than these Dreamers. And like this one, it depends on your mood. If it's a Pantheon, if it's a Radiant fight, good luck. Markoth probably sucks. But like general fight, I think Markoth is kind of fun. It's kind of tricky. It's kind of interesting. Broken Vessel, eesh. I don't know. Broken Vessel's tough. Broken Vessel and Lost Kin. That's a tough one. So Broken Vessel is interesting. So I guess which one do I like more? I think I like Lost Kin more just because it's more difficult. I think Lost Kin, I can make an argument for A tier. I think that's kind of fun. It's kind of a cool fight. Moves around a lot. There's those little ghosts that are flying around. Broken Vessel is just a much easier version. It's kind of like Hornet Protector versus Hornet Sentinel. I'd probably put him there. A little bit more fun than these guys. Less fun than these guys. Lost Kin, probably more fun than Trader Lord. But less fun than these. Actually, I don't even know if Trader Lord's A tier anymore. I feel like Trader Lord might slip to B. We'll readjust at the end. All right, the Hollow Knight. This might be a hot take, but after fighting somebody later on this list, like a lot more, the Hollow Knight is kind of a boring fight. It's kind of a boring fight. I will just say that I did like a speedrun version of the game to get an achievement, and it was really hard not having like Shade Cloak, not having like Shade Soul, like all of those abilities. It's tough. It is not an easy fight, but is it a fun fight in comparison to one later on this list? I would not say so. It's up here. It's definitely A tier. It's a fun fight. It's a little bit challenging. Maybe I'll put it there. I feel like that's fine. I don't know. It's hard to think. It's hard to know where to put this. I'll readjust at the end. The Radiance is cool. It's kind of a big fight. I'll put it at the top of A tier. I don't think it deserves S tier. I think S tier is just like my absolute favorite fights. But like the Radiance is pretty dope. It's a cool fight. It's an epic, like epic tale, epic ending. Yeah, the Radiance is just like, I don't know, it's a climactic moment to the entire saga. And if you don't think at least the final cutscene is cool, then I don't know if you really played Hollow Knight, right? Like it's so dope. It's so dope. And it's a lot cooler than like the Hollow Knight ending. Like I know it's like the true ending, and so it's dope. It's a dope fight. It's dope. It's just not S tier for me, and that's mostly because it's like it's fun, but it's not like super fun. All right, next we got Grim. Grim, I would put here. I think he's fun. I would put him here even. I think Grim, the first time I played him, I thought this was like God. I thought this was the hardest fight in the world. I didn't even fight NKG yet. This was just regular Grim. And I thought it was like the scariest motherfucking thing in the world. Grim was terrifying, dude. But once you figure it out, it's kind of like Mantis Lords, where it's genuinely a dance. And it's such a cool fight. And it's so cool that it's like DLC onto the game. And yeah, I think it's a really fun fight. And it's low stakes. It's not like the NKG version. Which, NKG, I don't know. I could put him up here. I also could put him down here. It's Grim on steroids. It does double damage. It makes it a little stressful because of it. But it is still a fun fight. It's either here or it's here. I'll put it there. I'll put it S tier just because it is kind of fun. But yeah, overall, just a really cool fight. Really tough fight. Very rewarding fight. Very like, oh, I feel good after beating them. I don't know. He's one of these two. Oro and Mato. This is tough. Let's see. Oro and Mato. So it's a fun fight. It's okay. Like the first time you do it, it's like a little stressful, but it gets a lot better really fast. I think it's a fun fight. I think it's fine. I'm like looking at my board. I'm like, where do I put it? I think I want to put it here. I think they're more fun than Lost Kin and Trader Lord. I do think that. I think they're less fun than the Hive Knight and the rest of these. And then Paintmaster Sheo. I don't know. It's getting hard now. It's because it's kind of like, where do I want to put these guys? Where do I feel like it's worth it? You know? I think it's an okay fight. It's not super fun. I haven't done it a ton either. I'd maybe put it here. Yeah, maybe there. Sly. I think Sly is kind of fun. I think it's very similar. Like, these three are all similar energy. This is fun because you have to dodge, like, two of them. Sly, you have to dodge what feels like the longest nail in existence. All while, like, he's dashing all over the place. Once you figure it out, it's kind of fun, kind of cool. Paymaster Sheo, it's just kind of stupid. I don't know. I beat it on my first try. Wasn't super fun. Like, I don't know. It was fine. It was a fine fight. Haven't done it a ton, and that might be part of the issue. And then finally, we have the Pure Vessel and Absolute Radiance. So Pure Vessel, I would put there. It's somewhere right here. I love the Pure Vessel fight, and I say that purely because I became obsessed with it. Because the ending for me was beating P4. I have yet to beat P5 all the way through. I got to Abzrad and died. But Pure Vessel was such a cool and fun grind for me. And now it's just like second nature. I beat it. It was my first Descended boss. It was my first Radiant boss. It was everything. I trained so hard. And because of that, I learned to love this fight so much. And it's such a cool fight. It really is. It is a cool fight. There's a lot going on, a lot happening. It's Hollow Knight on steroids. It's cool. And then Abzrad, I've only fought this once or twice. It's okay. It's a lot. It's probably similar to Pure Vessel that once you train it, it is fun. But for now, I'm going to put it in like a B tier because I don't really know where to put it. I haven't trained it a ton, and it's so far, it's okay. Maybe I'll put it here. I'll put it like there. I think that's fine. I think that's okay. And now looking at the board, is there anything I want to trade out? So I like the Mantis Lords more than Grim. Yes. I like Grim more than Sisters of Battle. Yes. Sisters of Battle more than Pure Vessel. Debatable. Probably that. Watcher Knights more than Dung Defender. Yes. Dung Defender more than NKG. Yeah. NKG more than Radiance. Yeah. Radiance more than False Knight. It's epic. It's poetic. Maybe I'll put it there. I don't know. Maybe it's like right here. Similar energy. Collector fun. Do I like Collector more than White Defender? Probably. It's a fun fight. Hornet Sentinel more than Soulmaster. Yes. Soulmaster more than Hive Knight. Probably not. Actually, the more I look at Hive Knight, the more I'm like, that's kind of a fun fight. Sly more than Soul Master, probably. Or Mato more. No. Hornet Protector. I could trade these and I would be fine with it. I think I'm gonna do that. I think that makes more sense to me. I think Trader Lord is not. It's like an epic fight, especially with Cloth. But like in the Pantheons, it's just kind of. It's not super fun, but it's easy-ish. I would put that potentially. Gorb is better than Abstrat, of course, and we'll do that for the memes. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's my overall ranking of how fun I think all the bosses were in Hollow Knight, and kind of where I would put them, and where I would be like, oh, I really want to do that fight again. And definitely Mantis Lord's absolute favorite. S tier boss, S tier everything, just super fun. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm curious what other people feel is their favorite fight, who they have the most fun fighting against, who they have the most fun training against, and what was maybe like the hardest or easiest for them. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys all have a great day. Bye.